Hello everyone, I'm Casually, and today we're going to be putting on our tinfoil hats and we're going to speculate on what future content for Diablo IV will be based on information we already have. They have shown that with upcoming anniversary for Diablo Immortal, there will be a new mid-range character class added, and with the language they use to describe them, it seems to do with blood, so this could be a blood knight or a vampire-like character. I mention this because I'm pretty sure Blizzard is using Diablo Immortal as a testing ground for content and different live service things. They're adding clan versus clan, arenas, and other things. Now, not everything they did was good. But there's no way they could create those assets for a mobile game and not use them in some way for Diablo IV, especially after that Stein that teased an icon of the 6th supposed class. I've done my research and can't find anything surrounding this icon, but many have speculated this is a Dark Knight or Paladin or Templar of sorts. Now I want to add that something tells me Blizzard's going to go out of the box on this game. They want to add nostalgic classes back in, but always reintroducing the same thing, only slightly differently. It doesn't really add anything new, and with some of the news of the blood-themed mid-range class Diablo Immortal coming, it gives me one more ground to stand on and say that I think they could do something crazy here. So now here's where I'm going to go out of the box and get my prediction for it, given that all the other icons depict their classes extremely well. For example, the Rogue shows a blade and bow, the Barbarian shows a horn helm, the Necromancer's a skull. You get the idea. But with the 6th one, it seems to show what looks like a trident or a spear with other iconography on top of it. Lore spoilers coming up for Diablo IV, but it's going to be stuff you've heard about already from trailers. But if you don't want to know, this is your warning. I'll make a timestamp for you to skip ahead. So now hear me out. With lore surrounding Diablo IV that both Inarius and Lilith came together in a union to put an end to the eternal conflict, they ended up creating Nephilim. After attaining the World Stone, with Inarius becoming fearful of the new creations and that they would eventually overshadow them both, he threatened them. When Lilith heard of this, she wiped out Demon and Angel both in a fury. Inarius learned of this, but he couldn't bring himself to strike down Lilith, so he banished her and used the World Stone to reduce the power of Nephilim over the course of time. Now knowing this, wouldn't it be really cool if the class we played is a blend of both? Perhaps after the events of the campaign, these effects are reversed, and maybe down the road in Season 1 or later, we unlock this class, or maybe you need to be at the campaign and then you get to go back through the campaign playing as this class. A human battling both sides of Angel and Demon within them. Perhaps the class tree revolves around picking a side for your powers, or blending the two. It can involve shape-shifting, or maybe immediately power up over time, and then whatever form you choose overshadows your mortal body and then you transform into that entity for a time. Maybe that your hotbar gets filled with a different set of skills or abilities during that period. Sounds sick, doesn't it? The reason I say this is because in most senses, a trident is depicted as a demon's weapon, but we can see in other iconography over the top, we haven't seen these symbols before. There's a weird circle-like symbol on the top, and nobody knows what this is for. But if we're putting our thoughts out there, I'm putting my thoughts and ideas into this. Even though it may be a bit immersion-breaking because we're supposed to be a human, but if you know the lore, that isn't entirely the case. I'm putting my hopes on this as it would be such a cool power fantasy, play to the theme of the story well, but what do you think this 6th class we're supposed to get is going to be? Consider subscribing for more Diablo IV content and tinfoil topics. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.